Howdy dudes, B Junior here from Endurance Productions Movie Cave channel. Gonna do a little movie reviewage for you this evening, but not just any old movie review. I'm gonna do a double feature of super extra cheese on the side. Do you ever just sit around and you get that need for a movie? Whether, and regardless of genre, if it's a horror movie, science fiction, comedy, action, whatever, do you ever just get that need for just some super cheese in the movie? Well guys, since we're on horror movie withdrawal, if you will, here lately, I've been having a lot of needs for just science fiction and action movies with just horrendous amounts of cheese factor in them. Except none other than a Roger Corman double feature, if you're serving up cheese. Except none other than a double feature of Deathsport and Battletruck. I'm a big fan of the post-apocalyptic or futuristic genre, if you will. Movies like, one of my faves is Escape from New York, the Mad Max movies. Movies of that nature. That's the kind of where I'm coming from this evening. This is a double feature that didn't hurt the pocket too bad. You can buy it at FYE music stores and off the website at the Shout Factory. It's one of the Roger Corman line of movies. It's pretty cool because you get two movies for $10 and they don't have a whole lot of special features, but they do have that grindhouse feel to them, and also they have that grindhouse feature on the disc where you can play both of them, sort of like the grindhouse Blu-ray up there, and the full 3-hour feature with not really, they're not faux trailers, but they're kind of vintage trailers put in before and after, and has the promos, everything, just like you were sitting in an old school theater having a little grindhouse feature before your eyes to feast on. I guess I'll just kind of go through them one at a time in the same format that I always do, guys. I'll just talk a little bit about the story of the movies, and don't expect a whole lot in the detail department because these movies are pretty simple. They were made on shoestring budgets, and knowing Roger Corman features, if you've watched any of them before, they're pretty light on high-tech special effects or anything of that nature. It's just kind of, you just have to turn the brain off and just enjoy these type of movies. That's what they're there for. They're just there to fill that void of cheese, if you will. Deathsport, first up on the docket here. It's an old David Carradine follow-up to Death Race 2000, which is another popular Roger Corman feature. Hope to review it one day as well. Deathsport is kind of like I say, a follow-up. It's futuristic, apocalyptic, super cheesy. I mean, you cannot take this movie seriously one bit. The special effects, the helmets they wear in the movie when they're riding around their motorcycles and stuff, it's an experience that you have to watch on your own. It's just one of those, it's just priceless. One thing it's most notable in this movie, there's a lot of great stunt work. There's a lot of great motorcycle. There was a big fad there in the late 70s, early 80s, whenever you had these action movies, either futuristic or not. They had a lot of movies that showcased a lot of dirt bikes and a lot of trail bike and motorcycle, Evel Knievel type stunts in the movie, a lot of jumps in movies, things of that nature. Centers around David Carradine and the lovely Claudia Jennings of, I believe it was Playboy fame, I'm not real sure, but I think it's what it says on the back here. She starred in other great classics. Aptly named Gator Bait was one of the films that she starred in. Of course, you know David Carradine from Kung Fu and Death Race 2000, the Kill Bill movies, other films, just a multitude of films that guy's made. This is one of the cheapy Roger Corman ones he did. As I said, it's kind of centered in a kind of a society in the future where it's kind of like the old gladiator sense of games, where they put these rebel type folks who want to live kind of a peaceful life. They throw them in these cages and kind of gladiator format. They put them out there on motorcycles and give them swords and let them duke it out. Well, sort of like the movie, the futuristic kind of movie Tron, where they're kind of in this arena of games. They want to break out, so they break out during one of the motorcycle games that they're playing, and it's just about them trying to survive on the run, really, is all it is. There's cannibalistic humanoids and all kinds of other stuff that goes on in the movie. It's pretty cool. The special effects are totally stolen. The sound effects especially. I got to mention that before I forget. The sound effects in the movie are practically stolen from Star Wars. I mean, if you listen close, you can notice a lot of the laser beam sounds and a lot of the motorbike engine sounds that they dub in come from Star Wars movies. Laser guns, all kinds of stuff in there. If you're looking for a good cheese factor, except none other than that one, they left these good and dirty as far as the scratching on the transfers. They didn't really do much to clean them up, but that adds to the charm of these cheapy double features that they've been coming out with on Roger Corman line. Deathsport sports and audio commentary, a still gallery, trailers, and a TV promo, or TV spots rather. That's about the extent of it in special features, but then again, I didn't really go looking for a whole lot of special features whenever I look for cheese. I just want to see the old cheesy movies. I don't even care if they're in widescreen, because that kind of adds to the charm of the thrill of the hunt, if you will. Like I say, not much in the department of sound either. I believe it's just a mono track or a stereo track at the most. Moving on to the second in the double feature here, and I highly recommend if you pick this up, watch the Grindhouse feature. If you're going to spend some time on it, spend 3 hours doing it. That is, be dedicated with it. Watch the Grindhouse feature on there because it adds in all the promos in the beginning and also the vintage trailers and the Roger Corman line in between. And also does an intermission as well, which I thought was pretty corny and cool at the same time. Moving on though, guys, Battletruck is the second one in the features there. Keep in mind, a lot of these older films like this, they were titled and retitled so many times that they probably go by a different title in your country or even a different title on the home video line in VHS tapes. I believe the other name for Battletruck, or the original title, was Warlords of the 21st Century. I kind of like that title better, and that's the title that comes up on the screen, which I need to kind of digress for a second and say a lot of these Grindhouse features that they've been coming out on the Roger Corman line, when you watch the actual movie, sort of like Forbidden World, I believe its original title was Mutant. It pops up Mutant on the screen instead. It's kind of corny, kind of cheesy, kind of nerdy, but I like it that way. That's just the way I like it. Even if they spackle the crowd-friendly titles on the front here to sell the feature, I like it that they left the original title on the screen. This one, Battletruck, is more in the line of a Mad Max type fare, but it does have a lot of motorcycle stunts in it as well. The main character, Michael Beck of the Warriors fame, I guess, is a movie that he's done that you've seen him in. It's directed by Harley Cockless, who did another movie that was written by John Carpenter that I like. It's Black Moon Rising, about the futuristic speed car that Tommy Lee Jones steals. That's a review for another day, but it's directed by him. He can direct action pretty good, so I tend to like the second feature, Battletruck, a little bit better than Deathsport. Deathsport is highly more cheesy. Battletruck is cheesy, but it's more enjoyable in that Mad Max sense, if that makes any sense. It's after, I believe, after World War III or after the oil wars. I think it's denoted at the first of the movie. Gasoline, much like Mad Max, has become the commodity of choice. And there's lots of scavengers around and survivors, and there's a good set of survivors and there's a bad set of survivors. The bad guys are riding around this big giant, pretty futuristic and pretty cool looking for the shoestring budget. I gotta say, the big rig where it gets its title from, Battletruck, I think they depict it there on the front. It kind of does it justice because it looks about like the graphic on the front of the box there. The semi-truck they got in there, it looks pretty cool. It's sort of like their main battle tank that they all kind of funnel behind. And it's kind of got a real right-wing, kind of Hitler-esque ex-military colonel that's running the show with the bad guys, and they're just the marauder crew. That's the only way I like to describe them. So they're running around the countryside looking for gasoline to keep their trucks running and all that good stuff. And the mystery hero on the motorcycle, kind of a la Mad Max, is Michael Beck. He befriends the daughter of the main bad guy, and hijinks ensue. A lot of action ensues in that movie. Another notable thing is that it's got one of the guys from Cheers. I forget his name. He's the guy. He's not the guy from the original House, but he's the guy in House 2. He has the mustache. I know I'll kick myself in the butt after I do the review here. I can't remember his name. I used to watch Cheers incessantly, but I should know his name right off the top of my head. But anyway, it escapes me, and I'll do a pop-up to put his name in there. Actually, it just came to me. John Ratzenberger. He's in this one. He's kind of like the main mechanic of the good guys. He wasn't noticeable at first until I heard his voice, because he's sans the mustache, the trademark mustache that he used for years after that. Really young looking too in that movie. I believe it came out in 1982 is when Battletruck came out, and Deathsport in 1979 or 78. So there's a little age difference between the two. Battletruck, there again, my more favorite out of the two. It's more has more rewatchability to it, I think. More in tune with the kind of post-apocalyptic movies that I like. It's just got that good cheese factor, great action. Didn't get bored of it any. The only major gripe about Battletruck, or Warlords of the 21st Century, is that it's a full screen version of that. Deathsport is in widescreen, and Battletruck is in full screen. I don't know if that's the way it was shot. It's a pretty cheap movie, so it might have been just shot for home video. I'm not real sure. I don't even know if it had a theatrical release, so or either one of these for that matter. But a lot of action ensues. I won't ruin it past that point, because you do need to check these out. For the price, you can't beat it. It's $5 a flick. You do get an audio commentary and still gallery with Battletruck, and it's just like I said, it's not a real cleaned up transfer, but it's got that old kind of stereo sound to it too, and it's kind of scratchy here and there, and it just kind of adds to the old grindhouse experience. Deathsport is rated R, and Battletruck is rated PG. But you got to remember, it's the PG of the old rating system, so probably under today's standards, it might even be an R. So it's one of those deals where it doesn't really matter too much, because it's just an enjoyable experience all around. So there it is, guys. That is the DVD rundown and the story rundown. I've been really wanting to show the inside of these discs for a while. I've been collecting a few of these, and I'll get to some more and some reviews in the future. It's kind of cool. It's got them both on the same disc. It's not a flipper disc. But most notably, the Shout Factory is doing an awesome job on these DVD presentations. You get, at least on these double feature ones, you don't get a whole lot in the ways of a behind-the-scenes booklet. But you do get some upcoming DVD release ads, a little note from Roger Corman himself. You get some shots from the movie on the inside here. These double feature and triple feature discs that are coming out have a now showing scene behind it and stills from the movies. A little special feature rundown. It's actually got an original poster, Warlords of the 21st Century, in there. I don't know, it's kind of geeky, kind of nerdy, but I like it. It's pretty cool. For the price, guys, I say highly recommend picking this up. If post-apocalyptic genre is your favorites, or if a total cheese fest is what you're looking for, except none other than Roger Corman double feature from Shout Factory, Battletruck and Deathsport will not disappoint. This has been your rundown on those cool old cheesy flicks from yesteryear. This is B Junior from B Junior's Movie Cave, signing off from right now on Endurance Productions YouTube channel. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching my videos. I'll catch you next time. Rock on!